Trump's tax returns? Yep. Pelosi to impeach AG Bill Barr? President Trump's former campaign manager, Brad Parscale, tackled to the ground and arrested. Ooh, ouch. Ilhan Omar involved in ballot harvesting? Well, we're going to look into that. And lastly, Joe Montana saves the day and rescues his precious grandchild. Welcome back to the Daily Facts. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start with the National Pulse. New York Times 10,000 word Trump tax expose reveals no Russian links, no illegality, and admits left will be unfulfilled by the report. Okay, let's get into this. Claiming to have obtained Donald Trump's tax information extending over more than 2 decades, the New York Times admits its findings amounts to problems most businesses deal with: struggling properties, vast write-offs, and an audit battle. Okay, I was going to say that they didn't find anything. There is just nothing to find. These things are experiences that every business has, big or small. So let's keep going. The article also admits the filings will leave many questions unanswered, many questioners unfulfilled, and also kills off the idea that President Trump's finances were somehow linked to Russia. Russia, 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 right? Always Russia. The piece reads, nor do the tax returns reveal any previously unreported connections to Russia. Trump called the central claim the New York Times makes that only paid $750 in federal income taxes false news in a press conference on Sunday evening. A lawyer for the president said, over the past decade, President Trump has paid tens of millions of dollars in personal taxes to the federal government, including paying millions in personal taxes since announcing his candidacy in 2015. The New York Times failed to include the details of the returns in its reporting, admitting in its own article. The Times declined to provide the records in order to protect its sources. Okay, so we don't even know the source of the claim. All right, let's go over to this New York Times piece and take a peek. All right, here we are. We've landed on the New York Times. The president's taxes. See how that's in small, shrunken print? Just really small. I find that interesting since they've been trying to get a hold of these taxes forever. And the court has not released them. So I find it interesting that they claim they have this. But let's keep going. Long concealed records show Trump's chronic losses and years of tax avoidance. Okay, chronic losses. That's just their way of saying that there were losses. Well, what business do you know that's just perfect every day? They just never have a loss. Every single day they get up and they just have win, win, win. It's not realistic. Businesses fail, they fall, they file for bankruptcy. I mean, look at a lot of these companies right now that are filing for bankruptcy and they're still in business. All right, let's we're not going to spend too much time on this. The Times obtained Donald Trump's tax information extending over more than 2 decades, revealing struggling properties, vast write-offs, and an audit battle, and hundreds of millions in debt coming due. Notice how they say tax information and not the actual tax documents. I mean, every company deals with this, every company. Donald J. Trump paid $750 in federal income taxes the year he won the presidency. In his first year in the White House, he paid another $750. He had paid no income taxes at all in 10 of the previous 15 years, largely because he reported losing much more money than he made. As the president wages a re-election campaign that polls say he is in danger of losing. Okay, so they're just hit after hit. His finances are under stress, beset by losses and hundreds of millions of dollars in debt coming due that he has personally guaranteed. also hanging over him is a decade-long audit battle with the Internal Revenue Service over the legitimacy of a $72.9 million tax refund that he claimed and received after declaring huge losses. An adverse ruling could cost him more than $100 million. Okay, and there's just more. Look at, they have a gold bust they're showing. I mean, it's just and it goes on and on and on and on and on. And I mean, this is a book. This isn't a news article. Okay, we get the idea. I'm going to summarize for you. The New York Times doesn't like Donald Trump, and they definitely don't like President Donald J. Trump. All right, let's move on to someone that maybe a lot of people don't really care for, and that's Nancy Pelosi. So this Breitbart article talks about Pelosi dodges on whether she will consider impeaching AG Barr to slow down SCOTUS pick. All right, let's listen to what she has to say.
Are not on the program when it comes to individuals like Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who this week did not rule out this long shot effort to try to stall the confirmation of Judge Barrett by impeaching Attorney General Bill Barr. Now, you haven't ruled it out.
Well, I'm not familiar with the suggestion that the distinguished Congresswoman made. However, the fact is, the more the public is aware of what this appointment, and by the way, it's not about this justice, it's about any justice he would appoint right now, because they were ready, within an hour or two of Justice Ginsburg's passing, they said we're going to have a vote on this within like 2 hours.
Or yes or no, you're not going to.
So whoever it is to overturn the Affordable Care Act.
Right, but yes or no, you're not planning on bringing an impeachment of Attorney General Barr.
Well, it's what's use of talking about that. What we're talking about is the price the Republican senators will pay if they vote to overturn the pre-existing medical condition, which they've been out to get, as well as the president have been out to overturn, no matter what they say. Now, I'm not into the process, I'm into the policy, but I do want to point out that they have totally misrepresented their position on this. In fact, you could say they are lying.
All right, as you can see, she's not admitting to anything. She's just bypassing the host questions. She's not really, telling us anything here. She's talking about Ocasio-Cortez and the distinguished, Congresswoman, whatever, but she's not telling you anything. And, he tries, bless his heart, but she doesn't want to say. Let's read a little bit of this. Anchor Jake Tapper said, "So Speaker Pelosi, it sounds as though you're almost resigned to the fact that Judge Barrett will become Justice Barrett. And you're saying very clearly that your message to viewers right now is vote, 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 November 3rd or early voting or whatever." I find that vote, vote, vote interesting. We want you to vote once, not vote, 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 and vote. That would seem to suggest that you are not on the program when it comes to individuals like Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, who this week did not rule out this long shot effort to try to stall the confirmation of Judge Barrett by impeaching Attorney General Barr. Now you haven't ruled it out. Look, there's not enough time to try to impeach AG Bill Barr. This is going forward. It's going forward whether they like it or not. So we get the idea. Everything that needs to be said was really in the video. She said it pretty much, there. So I guess we'll have to wait and see what happens, right? We don't have a crystal ball. We can just guess. My guess is there just isn't enough time, but we will see. We will see. All right, this next story it's unfortunate. It comes from Local 10. Okay, ex-Trump campaign manager Brad Parscale, hospitalized, was armed and threatening himself in Fort Lauderdale home. Okay, so like it says here, this is President Trump's former campaign manager. He replaced him recently. So let's take a look at the video.
Okay, come out here. That's fine. I'm your friend. All right, relax. Okay. What's going on? She fucking. Okay, stand in the shade. Okay, don't do this. I'm not doing anything. Relax. What happened? So, she started saying all this shit. Hey, get on the ground, man. Get on the ground. Get on the ground. Get on the ground, man. Oh, Jesus. Get on the ground. What did I say? I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything. Put your hands right back. Put your hands right back. Hey, we'll figure it all out, all right? Don't worry about it. I didn't do anything. Relax. I didn't do anything. We're going to get you off the ground in just a second, okay? All right. Relax. All right, this side. Any weapons on you like that? Oh, wait, I didn't have any weapons. I didn't do anything. We're going to get you off the ground, boys. Bring your knees. You're okay. Ready? Help us out. We're going to pick you up, all right? One is your leg. Okay, yes, I'll get up. Okay, good. I didn't do anything.
Okay, let's get into the article. Brad Parscale, the former campaign manager for Donald Trump, who was replaced by the president less than 4 months before the 2020 election, was armed with a gun and threatening to harm himself at his Fort Lauderdale home on Sunday afternoon, according to police and campaign officials. Police responded to a home in the upscale Seven Isles neighborhood around 4 p.m. in reference to a man barricaded inside a house. When officers arrived on the scene, they made contact with the woman, the man's wife, who had called 911. She told police that her husband was armed, had access to multiple firearms inside the house, and was threatening to kill himself. Well, that's frightening. Parscale's wife, Candace, told police that her husband made suicidal comments in recent days and had a physical altercation with her, according to an incident report released on Monday. A responding officer noticed several bruises on both of her arms that she said came from that altercation. Well, this is unfortunate. Let's read a little more of this. Standing 6'8" and with a distinctive beard, Parscale had become a celebrity to Trump supporters and would frequently pose for photos and sign autographs ahead of campaign rallies. But Trump had begun to sour on him earlier this year as Parscale attracted a wave of media attention that included focus on his seemingly glitzy lifestyle on the Florida coast that kept him far from the campaign headquarters in Virginia. Over the summer, he hyped a million ticket request for the president's comeback rally in Tulsa, Oklahoma, that ended up drawing just 6,000 people. Wow. A furious Trump was left staring at a sea of empty seats and weeks later promoted Bill Stepien to campaign manager. Okay, so I did not know that, and I don't know if you knew that, but that is unbelievable. So he hyped a million ticket requests. Somebody, I have a feeling someone got to him and they made him, somebody probably paid him off. I don't know, that's a guess. Because for you to do something that's so blatantly obvious, someone has talked to you, in my opinion, in my humble opinion. I don't know. What do you think? Put in the comments below what you think happened to Brad Parscale. What happened? How could you hype a million when you only had 6,000? When you're dealing with something of this magnitude, you want to check and double check. And you don't overlook or miscount 6,000 tickets when you're claiming it was a million. So we wish him the best. And I guess, in time we'll find out what has happened. But yeah, he was arrested. Okay, moving on to someone who I believe should be arrested, in just my humble opinion, is Ilhan Omar. So Ilhan Omar connected cash for ballots voter fraud scheme corrupts elections. These here are all absentee ballots. Look, my car is full. Money is the king of everything. Okay, so this is a story from Project Veritas. Now Ilhan Omar is alleged to have, been involved in this. We don't know the full story. So we are going to be safe and say these are alleged allegations. So, Project Veritas, they do undercover work, right? And they do a great job. So let's read these bullets because it's really going to tell you what's in the article. Because we're not going to read the article, we're going to read the bullets, and then we'll show you some of the video. So ballot harvester Laban Mohammed. Money is everything. Money is the king in this world. If you got no money, you should not be here, period. You know what I am saying? Money is everything, and a campaign is managed by money. Okay. Well, he's right about that. I don't know if it's everything, but I guess if you're a politician, it probably is. All right, let's keep going. Mohammed, numbers do not lie. Numbers do not lie. You can see my car is full. All these are all these here are absentee ballots. Can't you see? Look at these. My car is full. Wow. Who is this person? I mean, he's just very braggadocious. Paid voter. When we sign the voting document and they fill it out is when they give us the money. The minute we sign the ballot for the election, that's when we get paid. Okay, so they're getting paid. Ballot harvesting triangle, River Plaza Apartments, Horn Towers, Seniors Community, and 980 Hennepin polling site, all subject to fraud. Minneapolis Somali Community Insider. It's an open secret. She, Ilhan Omar, will do anything that she can do to get elected, and she, Omar, has hundreds of people on the streets doing that. Seniors at Horn Towers, ballots compromised. Harvester. We request ballots for the seniors and then take them away. Okay, this is nothing new to me because I did a piece here on the Daily Facts about an actual um, a person who was in charge of voter fraud in New York and New Jersey. And they did all sorts of things. They used transients, they went to seniors' homes, they did everything they could. They pulled out all the stops and they committed multiple counts of fraud. And they came out and talked about it. It's on the Daily Facts. You'll find it. So let's look at a little bit of this video that Project Veritas put out.
James O'Keefe here in downtown Minneapolis at the scene of the crime. The person you're about to meet, Laban Mohammed, aka King Laban 1, boasts about the hundreds of absentee ballots in his car. This video is one of the first of its kind. A man self-incriminating himself, bragging about all the illegal ballot harvesting that he does.
Money is everything. Money is the key in this world. If you ain't got money, you should not be here, period. You know what I'm saying?
I think he was both Ilhan Omar and Jamal, but I think he was more with Ilhan Omar. My name is Omar, O-M-A-R, Jamal, J-A-M-A-L. I'm right now part of the Ramsey County Sheriff's Office, but also I'm the chair of the Somali Watchdog Group.
Omar Jamal is the latest brave Project Veritas insider to come forward and expose a voter fraud scheme in Minnesota that will shock you.
Well, I want to be part of this investigation because of ongoing election fraud that we feel that we should bring to the attention of everyone. Therefore, chances are we can do something about it.
All right, so there you have it. For me, it's not shocking. It is not shocking at all. This is happening all over the place, and we are just seeing it for the first time. We are seeing this happening. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. So let's end on a feel-good story. Somewhat. This is from TMZ. So Joe Montana, intruder snatches grandchild at Malibu home. Joe confronts alleged kidnapper. All right, so Joe Montana just tweeted out an update about the scary situation that unfolded at his home. Thank you to everyone who has reached out. Scary situation, but thankful that everybody is doing well. We appreciate respect for our privacy at this time. Okay, So Joe Montana and his wife had the scare of their life Saturday when an intruder came inside the house and snatched one of their grandchildren right out of a woman's arms. Can you believe this? Law enforcement sources tell TMZ Sports at 5 p.m. Saturday, a 39-year-old woman entered the home where Joe and Jennifer Montana were staying. She got in through an unlocked door. The intruder saw a woman holding a baby. It's unclear who was holding the infant. Our law enforcement sources say the intruder walked away with Montana's grandchild to another part of the house where she was confronted by Joe and Jennifer. They wrestled the baby away from the woman. The intruder then ran out the house. Turns out LA County Sheriff's deputies were on the same block on an unrelated matter. Someone inside the home flagged the deputies down and told them what happened, and they found the intruder a few blocks away. The woman was booked on kidnapping and burglary charges. So that ended well. How frightening for that family. How frightening. Well, that's it for the Daily Facts. Thanks for stopping by. And do like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Bye.